I want to show you something. Last night, as you'll see, there's no fire in there. There's some members in there. But last night, we had us a nice, toasty, warm fire going because it dropped down into the 20s, which for here, and I know you people up north are saying that ain't much, but here in Texas, that is a whole lot. It is cold. It gets colder, but still. So we had us a nice little fire going. I put I put 2 pieces of wood in about 10:30 last night, and then we just kind of closed the damper down a little, and off to bed I went. My husband, he always stays up a little longer, lets it start to die down some. But anyway, we did that, and this morning, this is what the temperature in the house still was. I don't know if you can see that. It's 40 degrees outside now, but it's 77.2 inside. And that is with no fire going. That's how well that wood-burning stove heats this house. We were absolutely amazed. I mean, there are some times when you get a good fire going, and this house is roughly 2,300 square feet, 2,200 square feet, something like that. And you get a good fire going, and let me tell you what, you have to open up that front door there, which is, you know, about (16 feet from the stove. We have to open that up, and we put it here in our, it used to be a formal living room. We don't really have a formal anything anymore, but it's still, it's got ceramic tile. Well, most of our house is actually tile or, you know, pergo. We've taken out most of the carpets except in the 2 back bedrooms, and the rest of the house has no carpet at all. And the tile in the summer is nice and cool, and in the winter it stays nice and warm with the wood-burning stove. When we just had regular central heat, we didn't have that. When we used just regular electric central heat, this tile was cold all the time, and this house never quite got warm. It didn't matter how warm you put on that thermostat. It would run and run and run, and we finally came to the conclusion that that system that they put in was big enough to run the house, but just barely, and it made it work hard. And we could have gone out and replaced it because it was getting up in age, but we determined that the better option was the wood-burning stove. Not only because, you know, one, makes us more self-sufficient. Our electric bills are amazingly low in the winter now compared to where they're crazy. And you say, okay, well, the wood is more expensive. Okay, well, no, you have to buy wood. It's not more expensive, but you'd say, well, you have to buy wood. Well, yes, you're right. We do. We have to buy wood. Sometimes. We bought 1 cord this year, a full cord, which is 4 by 4 by 8. Okay, 4 foot high, 4 foot wide, and 8 foot long. Okay, and I showed you that was stacked up out front. We are now into the 2nd month that we've had that cord, and we still have a good portion of that. One, I mean, we're lucky, of course, because it is Texas. We don't need it every single day. We've had a stretch of warm days recently, so it's been basically make a fire at night and let it die out, and it keeps the house warm enough. Now, another thing that we do to supplement the wood heat, or I should say the wood, is so that we don't have to buy so much, is